Subway. The subways. The subway. People don't live to see long life in the city. This is why you see a lot of the seniors that you see in Illinois on public transportation, on walkers, and you see them. I'm not far behind them. It's the up and down. I don't want Kyle to be the only person I tell this to. I told him about how horrid the busing is. How high the step is to get up, how high the step is to get down, and if you actually can make contact to the ground without your teeth hitting it. That's how dangerous it is. It is a lot on a 40 or more year old body. I wouldn't know about a 20-something-year-old body. I don't know what they feel. It's very athletic. And the subway is even more athletic. And the buses are so sorry around here. I don't want the security to be the only one I tell it to, even though that was on video in public soon. You wound up walking and busing because you don't want to be out in inclement weather waiting for the bus to come around. So you walking some, busing some, training some. My whole point is it's vigorous and it is exhausting, which is why I feel like ass right now. I just feel terrible. It's from all the physical, and crossing the streets are physical. Because you're fighting with everybody else who wants to cross, whether they're in a vehicle, or they're on foot, or they're on some other kind of mode of scooter of some sort. You are fighting is exhausting. Getting through intersections in Illinois, not just Chicago. This is why I've seen it on the news before. So one thing the national news stations does report accurately is the aging community. I don't mean just 60 plus, I mean 40 plus. It's possibly younger now, considering the workloads that are being put on people. So it may be 30 something, it may be 20 something now where people start to see aging defects from the vigorous work exercise that people have to go through in America. Normally it would be 40 something. I know I started to see age discrimination as early as my late 20s. So it might be, I don't know. I haven't talked to any youth about this particular topic. I talked to them, but I don't think to talk about this topic. The aging, the physicality of public transportation may be affecting all of us. But that's why you see, I didn't know it at first, why so many people in poor health Illinois. There's more people in Illinois on walkers and the disabled scooters for the disabled people, more than people have cars. You see that more than people have cars. And now I see why. I always wonder why when I watch national news in the South, you see so many seniors in bad health in the city. It's hard to get around in the city. It's very physical to get around in the city. And going up and down stairs. And I live, and it's usually, if you're in the poor income bracket, you're going to be about 2 or 3 flights up, unless you really annoy the management and they just give you a good location to just get you out of their face. They might give you the first floor because you're annoying. And but it's safer up top as far as break-ins and stuff goes. Criminals are lazy, so it works out, but it's also just tremendously bad for your health. The running, sometimes you're so desperate to get to where you're going, and you're so desperate because it's the first bus or train you've seen in a while. So you told yourself, I've done it so many times, you're not going to run and chase the bus. But you find yourself doing it because you're so desperate to get out of where you're stranded. You see other passengers stranded with you, and you're running. You're running behind the bus because you don't want to be stuck any longer out than you got to be. And that's the other reason people in poor health. Everything is so expensive to eat here, and the lines are so long at the food banks. You starve to death by the time you finally get to the front of the line, and it's some bullshit at the front of the line. The criminals up there are doing stuff to aggravate the people that own the place. So you out in the inclement weather, you out with people who ain't doing nothing else better than following you around all day because you're a potential robbery. And I'm not just saying it's you, it's me too. I just figured out what most people are doing with their spare time. They're following me and watching my videos. So just be careful, watch yourselves, and so you're out in inclement weather, whether it's in Chicago, you just never know, whether it's the rain, the sleet, the wind, what, the water, you don't know, cold, hot, and you're out and you ain't ate nothing. It's so stretched. Chicago's so stretched out. And if you are an ex-con like me, you are trying your damnedest to get back to work so you can get cash. So it's not like you could just stop by a burger joint and that's what I normally used to do when I had cash, a little bit of cash from a little bit of a bullshit job. I stopped by a little burger joint, something like McDonald's, get a burger to hold me over so I don't starve to death till I get home, because I didn't think to pack a lunch. I'm so busy like now, so distracted, and I didn't think to pack a lunch. So you got people in poor health, and I got blood issues, so you're out, you're not eating, your blood pressure doing all kind of stuff, and this is why people are in the health that they're in Illinois, because it's so stretched out to do anything valuable. It's stretched out getting food, you're stretched out getting Wi-Fi, you're stretched out getting water, and that's each domino, boom, 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 is affecting your body overall, your overall health. So you just slowly depreciating like a used car. Just drove off the lot, and that is, I don't know what I was going to title this video, but Subway. So yeah, it's I don't know if I covered all the physical, but I covered what I can remember. Oh, and then yeah, that too, up, down, up, down. I'm teaching the people of Illinois musical chairs. They didn't do it at first until they met me. Musical chairs. You play musical chairs and you try to stay away from the difficult clients. You've been and found yourself a good seat on the bus. And every time I have a Rosa Parks moment where I don't feel like moving, we all do. You don't feel like moving because you found a good seat. You found a good seat on the bus. You got to get up because somebody who's annoying and know they're annoying sits down right next to you, or around you, or near you. And the people with the strollers are the worst. Anything with wheels that is boarding Illinois buses, beware. Anything that has wheels, beware. Because those are usually the troublemakers. They want to take up about 6 seats and will glare at you. And I've seen them get into fights. So many fights on the bus. And so just if you come into Illinois, nobody told me because I didn't know I was coming here. And if you come in Illinois, just know that the wheeled creatures on the bus, the wheels, be careful of the wheels they want. And be careful of the people who block the aisles and the doors. Whether they work for CTA or not, nobody should be blocking your exits. They even have on a sign somewhere. And they make an announcement from time to time that say, do not block. Sometimes you don't have a choice but to block it. You can tell who's doing it because they are trying not to miss getting off on their stop, and you can tell who's doing it because I'm not gonna say why, because I kid audience. Who's doing it to be a nuisance? Who's doing it just to block people in and do whatever they want to do? So you will learn how to read the people who are really just trying to get off, and you have no choice but to block the doors. But that's usually a momentary thing. If you need to block the doors to get off, because the time that bus driver stops to let you off is so short. You need to already be up. If the bus ain't moving too reckless, you need to already be standing. You can't always do it, but try. Ideally, you want to already be standing because them doors open and close fast, especially on the subway, but also on the bus. He might not know you back there. He may not know you right to the right of him trying to get off. They don't always see you. So, what was I going to mention now? It's kind of hard doing a full bladder. I got to pee. But if I leave, I'm not leaving this running. I'm going to stop it because I don't want my footage too long. Yeah, on the subways, it's like them doors open real quick and close real quick. So my whole point is sometimes you have to be standing up right as your stop is coming up. That's a momentarily thing. You shouldn't be there a long time frame. I can't say what your time frame is, but you shouldn't be there like a whole bus ride, a whole subway ride. That means you are just trying to be a nuisance because you know people need to get on and off board. But the people who do it, like I say, short time frame, sometimes you just gotta, I don't know, almost miss my stops a couple times trying to obey the rules and sit down the whole ride. Sometimes you just can't. The physical, yes, you got to get up, get down. Takes a lot of strength. Get up, get down. The wider you are, the taller you are, the shorter you are, everybody's height is different. Everybody's weight is different, but it's taxing on you, period. Busing, subwaying in Illinois. I'm kidding. killing my health. I don't know what it's like for people who own cars. It looks worse. It looks like you not only having the car expenses that go along with cars, but you having to fight the traffic. And what the bus drivers do for me and the others and the subway is the same thing. It looks worse. And then they got to pay for different parking. And this is, like I said, this all factors into people's health. Your emotional, your physical, your verbal, all different kinds of health, emotional, spiritual. This all factors into your health. So you have to, this is why the city, like I said, people, I hate to say this, it sounds bad, but this is why most seniors, they don't have a very good end of the rest of their life. You know, they got done bad. I like that better than saying somebody got played. They got done. Let's replace that with got done bad, like I did in my old life. But time is not on their side. They're not in their 40s. They're in their 60s, 70s, 80s, plus. I didn't mean to make it funny, but plus. And, you know, they got to retire in an apartment. That is not feasible for a senior. The last years or moments, days of their life is not going to be well spent with loved ones. That is taxing on a senior. Even the seniors that are rude as hell to me, I feel so bad for you having to live out your last days in an apartment. And that's why I've seen it in documentaries on the news, national news. Seniors don't last long when they're in apartment housing in the city. It's taxing. All the things I just mentioned to you that affect your body, translate that to a person who's over 60 plus. I'm 40 plus and it's taxing me. But I can handle it barely. I'm not going to be in the same health when I leave Illinois. I feel it already. So if you are a senior and you're in the city, I hate that you have to live here. The city is not designed for older people. It's designed for young people. It is definitely not. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it doesn't look like it's good for their bodies either. If I had to just tell you what I'm observing, it doesn't look good. All that fast walking people, that New York, I found myself doing it today. I finally did it. That subway walk when you got to hurry and be somewhere. That New York minute, you got to be there New York minute. I was doing it today. Nobody's body is equipped to keep up with that pace on an ongoing basis, and the government has me doing that shit every day, 7 days a week. That New York minute walk. I was trying to avoid it. And it's a different kind of pace. It's not just like a hurry. I walk fast sometimes, and then sometimes I don't, but it's not that kind of pace. It's not an urgency, a sense of urgency. It's a different kind of city walk. So that's it. Like I said, if you take in these different modes of transport, it's killing your health. Just be careful. I will leave you with that.